Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, entertainers? I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas. So today I'm coming to you guys with and a Happy Holidays. I'm coming to you guys with the Chrisean and Blueface Crazy in Love episode 3 recap. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about this video, okay? First of all, it's cold as hell, and like it's just not tea. Like, y'all like can't even go on camera because like I was so close to just doing this off camera, so I'm just like. Let me just go. Okay, so it starts off with Chrisean being live. I remember this day too. So this is where she went to the bar and she got really drunk and the mama called her. And this is where Blueface had left. And I think he went to Vegas. So he had went to Vegas and stuff like that. And she was getting extremely, extremely drunk. I remember that like vividly. I think I have it up on my channel. Like I said, like you really could catch the show on my channel, no cap. To be honest, she was live. She was drunk. She was talking to fans. This is where she gave the location of the hotel that she was at, and all that type of stuff, right? So, she was saying that she's single, blase, 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 right? And mind you, the show starts off with the ghetto song. It's the pain in the ghetto. One suspect, two suspect. I heard that nigga Blue is suspect. Like, that's my gist. You feel me? Like, Blueface has some songs, and it's sad too because this relationship really deteriorated his career, in my opinion, because he has some songs that stick like grits and are actually good. So I'm just saying. But they played that song in the beginning, and then we see the next day, Rock is going shopping for like wigs and like clothes and stuff like that, right? So she's going shopping for like wigs and clothes, and she's getting her hair done. And then the hairdresser was probably thinking like, "Ooh, this girl is so problematic. Ooh, pray her, bless them Jesus." Like you could just tell when she was doing her hair, she was kind of low key in her mind, like judging her, but she just didn't really want to like come off as that. So she's getting like a new install or whatever, and then she starts calling, I think it was like her friend, and it says that she should go ghost and go to like about 3-4 days to Baltimore, because she was saying how Blue wouldn't like if she did that and went ghost, but he does it like all the time. Like he'd be going ghost, he'll go ghost on her for like a couple of days and like don't tell her and stuff like that, which he did in this episode when he went to Vegas. And then she was just like, I could play dumb, bro. Like, I could play dumb, but I'm really smart, bro. Like, I'm really smart like that, bro. Like, I'm really on it. I'm not dumb, bro. Yee, I'm not dumb, bro. So I'm just like, I could tell Chrisean is not an idiot because some of the things she does is very calculated. So I feel like if she wanted to leave Blue, she really could leave Blue. It's just she just doesn't want to. But I feel like if she gets the willpower, she really can get up and say, "Screw you! Like, don't talk to me again. Like, I'm gonna move on to the next dude." Because I don't think she could be single. I'll say that because you could tell she has like a lot of family issues, which we saw today. If you guys haven't checked my 2 recent videos, y'all, you know, in the midst of the Christmas celebrations, a nigga was screen recording. But make sure you guys check out those 2 videos if you guys haven't. So I could tell like she could move on if she really wanted to. So her stylist comes and gives her flowers. Okay, in the words of Johnson, she gives her my flowers. Gives her the flowers, and then she's like, man, bro. You give me flowers, bro. Mind you, Chrisean's hair, she actually has like a good amount of hair. I pictured her being bald to the scalp ever since Blueface, you know, scalped her. But she actually has she has like a good amount of hair in her head and stuff like that. And it looks thick. And then next thing we know, we get a visit from Lala Milan. So she comes in, she was just like, I don't have my boxing gloves, so you need to calm down. I was cracking up. Like, Lala Milan is hilarious to me. To me, she's like the GOAT of like the Instagram skits and the TikTok skits before there was a TikTok, in my opinion. Like, she really was on that type of grind with the skit and the impersonations of people. So I really look up to her. I think like the height that she's gotten in her career is like really inspiring. So shout out to Lala Milan. So she just starts speaking like words of wisdom into Chrisean and stuff like that. She was saying, "Oh, like laughter is a medicine. Like one thing about it, laughter is a medicine. I really do believe in that." Which I'm like, I believe in that too. Like one thing about me, if you go through a hard time, I'm the one to call because I'm gonna make you laugh, baby. Like I agree with that 100%. And not a lot of people are like that, but there's certain individuals like they deal with bad times through laughter and comedy. So like it's a few of us like that, right? And then she was telling her, the wig style she should put. She was just like, no, you should really don't get a wig and get the extensions and stuff because like you be getting into a lot of fights. So the wig they could easily pull off. The extension's gonna take some time to get out your head. I was like, bruh. It's true though, because I think this was around the time she was still doing Baddies West started a little bit. This I think is right before Baddies West started filming, if I'm not mistaken. And then she ends up saying bye. She was just like, oh, she was like, give me a hug. Like every time I see her, I always say, this little girl needs a hug. Let me get a hug. So she hugs her, gives her a big, big hug, and then leaves. And Chrisean's just like, you so funny, bro. The whole time Chrisean's just like cracking up laughing because Lala's hilarious. And she speaks words into wisdom into her and then ends up like leaving. I feel like Lala wanted to say more to her, but didn't want to like embarrass her because the cameras were there. I feel like she wanted to go a little bit more in depth with her just about what Rock is doing in her life and like the direction she's going in. But she didn't want to go in too deep because one, there was too many people in the room, and two, Zeus cameras were up and rolling. So I think she didn't want to like clown her type stuff. So yeah. And then after that happens, we see Blue and Rock, that's the next day, getting a mani and pedi done. And I know I pray for that manicurist, okay? Because all that crip rocking, schoolyard repping, I know Blue's feet is toe up. That's why I'd be so shocked that Rock licks all up in his toes. Okay, so we're gonna pray for that manicurist because I just know he got some bunions, and they probably smell like funyuns, okay? And then Blue's just like, oh, like, what about your family? Like, they crazy. And he was like, you might get OB, though. Like, you might get OB. So I'll deal with it. I'll take a hit for you, mama. Toxic-ish. Right? So he was just like, oh, like, he felt like they didn't let him get his word in, which I will say, I said on my last recap, I feel like their family was really wrong. And now, from today, we could really see there's a lot deeper issues with this family than what was put out in the surface, to be honest, because some of the stuff that we saw in that live today, I'm just like, ooh. So I will agree with Blue that they didn't really give him a chance to speak. They didn't really give him a chance to get things like to let him speak really his mind without them really trying to attack him. It really felt like a setup, to be honest. It's like they all set this up for a big old fight and that they knew they was going to end up hitting him. That's what it was given to me. Let me know what y'all think. So Rock was just like, yeah, like they just real ghetto, Blue. Like it's okay. Like it's at the end of the day, bro. Like I you my nigga, bro. I still love you though. So it's like it is what it is. Like no, like you my nigga though. Like you my nigga. So they're talking or whatever, and then they start flirting. And then the next day comes and she's getting ready for her court case because she's gonna fly to OKC. And they start kissing around. And it makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know why. I'm just like, ugh. And I'm the freakiest dude you'll ever meet. So it's like if I'm disgusted, it's a problem, girl. Because I was like, ugh. They're like, I'm just like, stop it. Stop. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was like highly like disgusted. I'm like, ew, stop it now. Oh my god. Anyways, they're like kissing and stuff. The stylist getting their stuff together for them to come to the court people. Like I think it was like the bail bondsman people that they were meeting. Listen, I'm not a legal eagle, so I don't know the correct term, but I just know it had something to do with her case and she had to fly over there. Okay. And then he was telling her, he was just like, I didn't steal the car with you, mama. You the one that's the criminal, and blase, blase, blase. Mind you, if you guys don't know, she literally took the charge for her friend. Her friend was the one who stole the car, and when they pulled him over, she basically took the fall for it. She's the one who took the fall for it, but it was really her friend who was the one, driving and boop, 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 booming. Okay, so the friend was gonna get in the charge, but the friend is a blue girl. Okay, so she don't have the coin like Rock. So Rock was like, "Let me take this for you." So just so you guys know a little backstory on that one. Rock was with her, but she wasn't the one that like drove off. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, and then they make their way to the courts, and they're like driving stuff like that, and then Rock is talking about Blue to the stylist and ends up calling Blue a little bit later. Mind you, they flew to OKC afterwards. So she's talking about Blue. She was just like, "Oh, at the end of the day, my nigga, like, I'm trying to get here, bro. And then this nigga down here. So it's like, when I'm trying to get here, I'm not leaving nobody behind, bro." He was like, "I'm not trying to take nobody with me that's not trying to go here with me." Basically, what I got from this conversation, because Rock seemed very sober in this conversation, in that car ride to the airport, Rock is really, the wheels are starting to turn like, "Hey, I need a dip," right? Because you ain't even rich like that. Rich dudes want me. You acting up. You sleeping with Tom, D, and Harry. But then Rock is an idiot because you still stay with him. But this is the most sober mind thinking that I've seen her talk. Like the most sober, critically thinking that we've seen her ever talk. Or at least I've seen her really ever talk in a minute. So it's kind of refreshing to kind of see that, because usually we don't really get that from Rock. So that was something really, really good that we got to see in that scene. But we know that's never gonna change. So then they get to OKC, and Rock is contemplating her relationship with Blue is real or not. And then, like I said, you could see her thinking logically. And they get to the hotel, and she starts crying. So she's like, "Yo, my nigga Blue, like, you go to a hotel, bro? You in Vegas, bro? The girl that you went viral with, bro, she's out in Vegas, bro. So what are you talking about, bro?" Mind you, this is the same girl who did, I guess, that TikTok. Is it the kisses for me? Is it the kisses I see? You know that girl that was in the car with him who was like, it was that girl. So this was around the time the kisses for me TikTok. If you guys need a time frame, okay, because this is all documented via Instagram and Ebner Entertainment on YouTube. Okay, so she gets to the hotel, starts crying, and then the stylist is just watching on. Shout out to the stylist, because you really are a therapist, a stylist, an assistant. You feel me? A therapist. All that in one. So hopefully she's paying really good, because that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. And I will say this, you can tell the stylist is trying to style her in a certain way, but Rock is such like a messy girl that she ruins whatever look he's probably going to try to put her in. Like, she carries herself so like rah-rah and so less feminine that it's like whatever look he probably puts together that probably snaps, she's going to ruin that regardless, which is really annoying. So hopefully she changes her act, at least the physical, so that way he could at least pull off the looks that he's trying to pull off with her, to be honest. So I will say that. And then this is the same trip, you guys, that Blueface caught a body. So y'all know when he got attempted for the attempted unaliving, this is the same trip that he did that in. So it was a lot of things going down in Vegas, girl, in Miss Nevada. You know, he was cheating upon girl with some randoms, catching bodies, trying to catch a body. So he was doing a lot of things in Vegas. Okay. So next day comes, and Rock is in heels. Cannot walk in heels for nothing. She gloop, gloop, glop, bleep, 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 blop, blop, blop. She walking like Natalie Watson in big Fendi boots, girl. She boop, beat, clack, 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 clack. So she can't walk really straight. I'm just, oh my God. So they get to like the Bosman court people, and the court people are like, "Oh, we need to put you in a separate room." So they put her in a separate room, and they're telling her like, they won't drop the charge down to a misdemeanor, and they want to keep it to the charge of attempted distribution. So they won't drop it, and the probationary period is about 3 years. excuse me, that they're gonna keep her under. So she was just like, okay, like it is what it is, bro. Like they not gonna drop it, bro. And the guy's like, no, no, that's not gonna happen and stuff like that. And they have her sign. I think she had to give away like $4,000 to the people. I'm just like, oh, bro, that thing is not worth all that trouble and spend all that money. 4,000 people don't even make that in a month. Like you're bugging, Jesus. So then the next day comes. Well, not the next day, but same scene. They leave the courthouse thingy, and then some of her family's in OKC, so they kind of link up with them to smoke some weed. Rock is like addicted to weed and alcohol because every 2 seconds she weed. That weed is a what Scrappy said in Love and Hip Hop. That weed is a fizz-nae, okay? It gets you hooked. She is hooked to that. Every 2 seconds, let's roll a blunt, bruh. Let's roll a blunt, bruh. Let's roll a blunt, bruh. So she's very addicted to it. And she goes outside after leaving the court and she just starts crying. You could just see all the emotions just start flowing out of her. She just starts crying. And then her family's comforting her. And they're on their way. They start driving back to where they're staying and stuff like that. And the episode sort of like ends there. Okay. So this episode wasn't too bad. Next episode I'm very scared for because it's giving very much DV. Okay, big DV. Hopefully in this probationary period, Rock doesn't get into any trouble because that's like the last thing she needs right now, especially with all the family stuff that she's going through, and it will probably mess her up mentally. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you guys think that Rock in this episode showed signs of her wanting to leave? All right, entertainers, leave your comments down below. We are out, babies.
No personal thing.